Welcome back, friends. Today I wanted to do a video for you about this product I just got called a Milky Spore. It was a little hard to find. It wasn't anything I could find easily like at Home Depot or anything like that. I ended up finding this online. This was the brand that I found called St. Gabriel Organics Milky Spore Powder. And why I bought it was because I've been having a really bad problem with Japanese beetles. Not so much the beetles themselves, but when they're at the larvae stage or at the grub stage underneath the ground, they can eat at your grass roots, both like in the spring months and then also like in the fall, maybe like mid-September, late August, when the summertime's starting to kind of die down. So that's what happened to us is we actually just moved out here. We got about 3 acres of land, and in the front out here, which is about 2 acres of land, I noticed some little brown patchy spots starting to form. And I should have probably jumped on those back then, but I didn't, and I paid for it. And I'm going to show you some video here in a second as well, just kind of showing you some of the damage that these things created. And so what I'm doing now is I'm two things. One, I need to repair the grass, but more importantly, I need to try to prevent these things from coming back again and to help kill what's already out there. So I'm a guy that doesn't like to use a lot of chemicals and things like that. I try to be organic as much as I possibly can. I'm not an expert on that or anything, and so that's why I went with this stuff. And hopefully, after some applications of this, we find that the grub population out there has been killed off a pretty good amount. And the only way we're going to know that is because, this next fall and stuff like that, if we see less of those brown patchy spots.
From a distance here, you can see those patches that go out on the land, right? They're pretty bad. That's what they create. There's a little bit of growth coming back, but it's pretty bad, Here's some more spots up here. These are a little bit smaller. We'll walk over here. I got a whole bunch of these, as you can see. Over here too.
So they say that if you apply this stuff a period over a couple of years, maybe doing it like once in the spring, once in the early fall, that after like a couple of years, you can actually create an environment in your lawns, gardens, things like that. Whether you have a lot of land like me or maybe you live in town and you have like a small yard, they're saying that you can virtually have an almost grub-free yard as far as Japanese beetles go. But you got to stay on top of it. You got to do it twice a year for a couple years, and then they say you can get like 10 years of not having to put this stuff down anymore. So I'll probably end up doing maybe like another follow-up video of this maybe next year sometime about this time, when we're coming in the spring again, and see if I have less brown patches that have formed. So let's go ahead and talk about how I went about actually putting this on the ground. So I have a aerator, seeder, spreader, and things like that, and I read online quite a bit that that's just not the way to go. So I went ahead and bought this lawn and garden dispenser here. I'm going to show this to you guys, and this was like 20 bucks online, and basically it just reminds me of like a big salt and pepper shaker. So here on this end right here, as you can see, and I've already used this once, you have the little holes in here, and then you can basically just twist this. So if I go ahead and do that, you can open it up to the actual bigger hole there, right? I had mine on the hole setting there, and what it does is it dispenses about a teaspoon of this Milky Spore powder as you drop it, right? So as you're going along, you're basically just kind of tapping this on the ground. And what it said here to do was to put down, go about every 4 feet, drop it down, teaspoon worth will come out. And then as far as rows go, they say to space about every 4 feet in between the rows. Now, some people are going to say, oh my God, I can't believe that you used this for 2 acres. You know, that was a lot of exercise, and yes, it was. I'm going to use another product in my back just to kind of see which is better, which is called beneficial nematodes. I actually have those coming in the mail, so we're going to kind of compare the backyard to the front yard over a series of months, you know, just to kind of, you know, see how these two products do. So I'll be doing another video later on nematodes themselves. Okay, so that's all there is to it. You just load it here at the end. There's a cap. You just take off that cap there, and then again this other end is where you will dispense the actual powder. And again, it's about 4 feet in between each drop as a row, and then 4 feet in between each row. So when I got done out there, it looked like a checkerboard or something like that, you know. So yeah, it was pretty easy, and hopefully this stuff works. And then, you know, I should have planned this a little bit ahead of time, because you need to make sure that the spore really, you know, sinks into the ground. I probably should have done it maybe right before it was about to rain. But instead, I went ahead and got out my sprayer, and I went ahead and sprayed the land, and then within a couple of days it rained as well. So I made sure that, you know, I got this in the ground as soon as I could as well.
Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in today. If you liked the video today, please think about subscribing, liking the video, and sharing it with your friends and family. Until next week, I'll talk to you.